Are you struggling in the Fusion Festival? Do you just want the gems? Well, I'm going to give you the fastest way to earn gems with the deck I'm using at Diamond 1 of the Fusion Festival. Let's go. We are doing a $100 giveaway on this video. If you like, subscribe, and comment, at the end of the week, we're going to pin the winner. Let's do this. Now, to start this off, I have a big question. Do you hate back row as much as I do? The answer is probably yes. I despise back row, and I'm going to show you 2 duels in a row where we counter the back row. We're going to Ferris discard to equip an increase tribute over the Ferris to then summon a Vian. Vian's going to send the Mist. Now, do not activate the Mist to search, because with Mist, we want to search the mass change, and only one effect can be used. When it's sent to the graveyard, it could search for any hero. If it's special summon, we could search for the mass change. So we're going to use the Liquid to summon it. Get ready, we have not used up our normal summon. We're going to grab Polymerization with the Vian. Liquid's going to summon the Mist, and just like that, we're going to grab Mass Change. Mass Change is going to help us deal with back row. You are about to see that right here, right now. We're going to make a Sunrise with the Polymerization, and before you groan about this deck possibly being a deck that's too expensive for you, I will show you cheaper decks to use in the Fusion Festival to quickly get your quick gems. We're going to Miracle Fuse into the Absolute Zero. Now, this is absolutely important for you wiping out the opponent's back row. You now have the ultimate back row wipe combo. The mass change used on the Absolute Zero will be able to summon the Hero Acid. On special summon, destroy as many spell and trap cards your opponent controls as possible. I have another option. I could mass change onto my elemental hero Shadow Mist. You're going to be able to summon your almighty Dark Law. Everything your opponent does will be sent to the banish pile, and if they search a card, you'll randomly banish a card from the hand. Both cards are pretty much an auto win against back row, or if it's a non-back row deck. Now, I see Potted D. I'm going to summon my Dark Law. We're going to get Dark Law in, which means I'm giving up the back row removal, but am I? I have another trick up my sleeve in case they are playing back row. So I don't want to give up on the opportunity of the Dark Law to be banishing everything and banish a random card from their hand, because on the effect of them adding a card to the hand, I could now banish a random card from their hand. So let's randomly banish, and that's where I'm like, oh no, not cool. It's a back row deck. So by searching for Stratos, and he sets 5, we're going to be able to deal with the back row right here, right now. It's important to understand that the Stratos will be able to dodge the effects of negates if you chain Super Poly or Mass Change. So if they have a skill drain, if they have the Monarch's Erupt, you're still going to get wiping. And the great thing about Super Poly is that they cannot respond to Super Poly. So let's do this. Come forth and summon Stratos. The Mad Lad's going to activate Ring of Destruction. Okay, well, you have 4 other back row, so let's activate Super Poly in response to the Ring of Destruction. You could now not chain any of your back row, nothing. Let's get to it. Super Poly, fuse with my Stratos and my Sunrise. Now I have 4 heroes on the field versus 4 back row. Ready? Pop, 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 pop. Wiping up the entire back row. What the hell is all that crap? Secret Blast, Dimension Wall, Zoma the Spirit, huge Revolution Over that's supposed to protect him from having 2 or more cards being destroyed. And just like that, GG. I don't BM here. No. Skip this. Edit. Cut. Lethal. There you go. A very nice hand indeed. Let's play this out. Hero lives, come forth and summon. If you could help it by not using your normal summon, you do want to focus on your normal summon being used with Liquid to summon a Shadow Mist from the graveyard to then search for your Mass Change. So do focus on that. Not always are you going to be able to normal summon your Liquid, but that's okay. If you can't normal summon your Liquid because you use your normal summon on Stratos, which we did not, we still have a summon, you're going to use the Liquid with Polymerization to draw 2 and discard. So that's going to help you. We're not going to polymerize using the Liquid here to draw 2, hopefully drawing into a Mass Change, because I have the Mass Change searchable. We're going to search it. So Sunrise searching for the Miracle Fusion, very important to make the Absolute Zero. We're going to make it with the Liquid Soldier. Liquid Soldier summon the Mist, which we also did not activate when sent to the graveyard. Now we have the Mass Change. Great. Get Miracle Fusion summoning into the Absolute Zero. And on top of this, having a Fusion Destiny, I could not believe this. This is so freaking broken. I almost feel bad. If they're playing back row, I don't feel bad. We got the full setup. We could Dark Law. We could wipe up the back row. Let's see what this Mad Lad does. All right. Pot of Duality. That pretty much confirms. And you could pretty much see when they have no extra deck, you know they're playing back row. You know from that to set up this play. Woo! 5 back row. Well, guess what you can't do at back row? You can't activate it the turn you set it, especially not during the end phase. Mash change, sending the absolute zero, come forth and summon Acid. Activate, destroy as many spell and trap cards your opponent controls as possible. And the little baby scoops it up. You're out. Now, these are pretty quick wins, right? Yeah, this deck is great going first and second. Now, let's see a non-back row deck. Let's look at an actual Fusion deck, a deck that's quite popular in the event, Fusion Despia. Well, we're going to clap this Fusion Despia so hard you won't believe it. Let's let him do his plays, get through it. He's going to summon that Masquerade Fool. It's going to burn us for 600 per activation. We got a lot of activations to do, but we do not care whatsoever. We got the hand trap to boost us by 2,500 attack. What's important to note here is if we deal with a non-fusion fairy, field spell will activate to summon the fusion back on the field. And if we deal with the fusion, the Alibur in the graveyard is going to summon onto the field and negate one of our monsters. And if we summon an extra deck monster, the Dramaturge will negate our extra deck monster. So this mad lad thinks he has all of his bases covered, yet I'm going to one-turn kill. Are you ready for that? Let's go. Lightning Storm, minus 600. We're going to wipe out the Dramaturge. We're going to burn for 600 using Stratos to search. Holy crap, we get negated. That's fine. Ash Blossom negate our search. I don't need it. Can you believe that I do not need it to one-turn kill? Believe it. Now, what's very good about the Liquid, if you can't normal summon it, you use it for your Fusion Summon to then activate to draw 2, then discard. Very good. We also could use Sunrise to Chainlink block it if he did have an Ash Blossom, depending on what you would want more, the Miracle Fusion or draw 2 and discard. You choose which to protect. Pretty good. We're going to get rid of the Polymerization. I'm going to preemptively call by the Grave, getting rid of the Alibur, because if we destroy the Masquerade in the damage step, or outside within the damage step that is, you're not going to be able to chain called by the Grave onto the Alibur. So I do plan on possibly attacking into the Masquerade, which then we would not be able to chain the call by the Grave. We're going to Miracle Fuse, come forth and summon into the Absolute Zero. Now, the Sunrise is just so damn good. It searches for Miracle Fusion, it boosts up your field, and it has the other effect of when attacking or being attacked into with another hero, we pop a card in the field. Holy moly. Let's go. He's going to burn. I'm going to burn for 600 as I pop him. I pop the monster, not even go for the field spell because there's no non-fusions on the field. He's going to resummon back onto the field. We do not care whatsoever because if you're good with math, you know that we have exactly lethal. Stratos Sunrise and the Honest Neos is exactly lethal damage. Now, what's great about this deck is when you start comboing off, they sometimes just surrender right away. They don't want to deal with it. Call by the Grave, when you're playing heroes, is just going to be an instant surrender. They don't want to play the game. They know that what you're going to do, discard the Shadow Mist, summon the Ferris, activate the Mist, get searching, get summoning. They're out. This is the easiest, quickest gems of my life. Pretty decent hand. Pretty decent. If I went second, we had the Lightning Storm to wipe him up no matter what. Gonna open up with the Fusion Destiny. Let's see what kind of play we could do off of this. Malicious, come forth and summon from the deck. We're gonna Denier, come forth and summon. We'll stack on top of the deck a Plasma so we could draw that next turn. Sometimes it's just this simple. People are just surrendering for nothing when you play this deck. Now, what happens when you're on the opposite end of heroes? Well, if you have Super Poly, it's an instant win, so we don't even care. This deck just has everything. We win the mirror match, we draw into Super Poly. You could draw into it with the Liquid Soldier if you really want to. So you could prioritize Liquid Soldier being sent to the graveyard for the fusion spell to grab that Super Poly, that draw 2, discard 1. That could really help. Card is semi-limited, so it could be a bit difficult. Now, he's going to have the DPE plus a Vision Hero Adoration. His play was not that good. We are going to Super Poly, and of course, we should be lethaling this turn. Look at this freaking hand. We're just going to spill our hand onto the field. Just spill it. Summon everything. We could Liquid Soldier to grab the Mist from the graveyard. We don't even have to Stratos summon to search. I'm going to go for the Mash Change play instead. It's great. We got polymerization to the hand. We're going to polymerize. We're going to not send the liquid soldier. We're going to grab Miracle Fusion. We're going to liquid. Now I'm thinking I'm going to run out of room. I got to start summoning the extra monster zone. What the hell is going on? We got too many plays. Escuardo, come forth in the extra monster zone. Liquid, look at that. Everything summoned. Just, this deck is so much fun. Instant surrenders, fast clap, wipe the back row, play around skill drain. Let's do this. All right, let's see what we could do. Going second. We're going to negate the allure, and he's going to negate our negate. Negate. All right, that's fine, mate. Despia. All right, we already clapped one of you fools. I think, is this going to be another one-turn kill? I mean, look at this hand. Hero lives, mash change, lightning storm. This deck's too freaking good when it draws well. Yeah? Yeah, when it draws well, it draws well. All right, Dramaturg. This is like the standard setup. Well, damn. DPE on top of this? Holy moly, not cool. And a back row. All right, we're going to lightning storm up that back row, I believe. Yeah, minus 600. Wipe up the back row. We took out Impermanence. That's pretty good. We're going to Hero Lives, come forth and summon, activate to search. Now, I am fearing the DPE, so I don't want him to jump the gun. I'm going to try to do the most non-threatening plays possible to then whip out my Plasma to suck up that DPE, and he cannot stop it. You can't stop me from sucking. We are going to get sucking. So I'm going to summon the Valiant. I'm thinking, come on, you're not DPE in this. There's nothing threatening here. He's waiting for a threat. And if I summon a fusion monster, he'll negate the Dramaturge. He thinks he has me. He thinks we are in a checkmate. We're about to checkmate him. Malicious come forth and summon from the deck. And just like that, we have Plasma. So I do want to showcase some Plasma win condition plays just like this. Suck them up. Now you win with the Plasma. Now, I'm going to be completely honest here. I thought I was in main phase 2. I'm going supersonic fast with this deck. I dragged the Call by the Grave onto the field and went, holy shite, I'm still in the battle phase. But it's still good to potentially banish the Alibur if the opponent is smart. We are at Diamond 1. These are supposed to be the best players in the game. If you banish Alibur, then he can't crash his Masquerade to then summon Alibur from the graveyard. I then noticed that he's got a freaking Celestial in the graveyard, so I was like, you know what? Let's just banish the Celestial, and he's not going to know to crash. He won't know. He won't know. Don't tell him. We'll set the mash change and pass. There's no way that he's going to be getting access to his DPE. What the hell? Another DPE? Wait, no, it's dangerous. You can't afford another DPE. You what, mate? Not that it would matter because you're completely negated. The Plasma negating everything, mate. Negate, 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 negate. Come forth and summon, mate. Where are you going with this? There's no link summoning. You are negated. You know, why did I do a video like this? I was just, you know, bored and thinking I should play some Fusion Festival. And I was put off from the Fusion Festival because all the back row decks, but then I whipped out my heroes again, and I'm just having the fastest duels of my life. And I wanted to share this with you because I know a lot of you maybe put off the festival because it's too long and boring. Well, with heroes, it ain't long, it ain't boring, it's fast, it's fun. They're scooping just during your combo. We could have set up with Plasma. Plasma negate only their monsters, mate, not our own. Next one. Oh my, Harpy Feather Duster. I really wanted to have fun with Despia Dark Lord, but it's just not fast enough. And when we're playing against all these freaking back row decks, it doesn't have the outs like Heroes does. It's gonna stop Ash Blossom for me. Thank you. That is so nice of you, man. I'm going to get the deck list for you soon. We're playing triple Lightning Storm and Harpy Feather Duster. You know it. Now, I didn't even realize he sent this Rise to full height to the freaking graveyard. I did not even look. I'm thinking, all right, I'm just going to blindly go full blown, full field. I'm even going to play around a Nibiru. That's crazy, right? Nibiru in the Fusion Festival, probably no one's playing it, but why not? I'm going to set up lethal through Nibiru. I'm going to not Fusion Destiny if I have lethal without it, because I will then main phase 1, because I will retain main phase 1 to summon my DPE. Alrighty, we're going to get Miracle Fusion summoning, come forth and summon, and just like this, we have lethal damage. If I attack, 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 mash change, that is 8,000 damage. I have no idea what the heck we're playing against. I don't care. Harpy Feather Duster, I'm going for the free win. Let's go in. And it's a freaking Dragon Maid deck that has no chance of beating me. He's doing it correctly at the start of the battle phase, which that's good. Now, by targeting his monster with the Rise to Full Height, if we actually had a DPE on the field, if I wasn't playing around a Nibiru, we could have just popped this monster before it gets targeted with the full height, which now stops me from freaking attacking. But it does not matter. He's still going to surrender once he sees what we could do. Come forth. I can't attack to trigger my Sunrise. I'm going to be like, hey, what's up? I actually have Fusion Destiny, by the way. You have no chance of winning this. You should actually go somewhere else. Yes, thank you. And here is the deck for the fastest gems, but will cost you a ton of gems to build this. I know that. I'm so sorry about that, but I could show you other cheap decks before I talk about this, okay? We'll go to masterduelmeta.com. Let's go to the top decks page. Let's click on the Fusion Festival, and I'm going to sort by the cheapest cards. So we're going to go down here, sort by price, and yeah, the freaking True Draco is the cheapest, but I could show you non-True Draco decks that are doing well. How about I do this little trick? We're going to up arrow True Draco. Now we're going to see everything that does not have the word True Draco in their name. Did you know about that trick on the website? Now, sorting by the cheapest, you could see some of these decks. I'll be flashing them to you right here. Consider playing some of these. If you want to sort by the deck type, we could set up a arbitrary metric. Let's say 300 URCP max, if you want to do that, right? Let's see what it's going to be. 300, and it looks like Fluffle, Lunarlight, Megalith. We could then up this up to maybe 400. How about that? 400 URCP. Okay, Fluffle is apparently the way. Let's show you some Fluffle decks. Sammy playing this. All right, I could see this being a good deck for the festival, and one Eldritch in the deck is very good with your toy vendor. All right, now let's talk about my deck. The main tips I'm going to tell you is think about what are you doing with your normal summon. Your normal summon is going to be Stratos, or it's going to be Liquid. Now, if you can normal summon Liquid, because you didn't need the Stratos, I do prefer to do that, but you need the Mist in the graveyard. What gets Mist in the graveyard? Well, if it's in your hand, you could discard it with the Ferris. If it's in your deck, you could send it to the graveyard with your Vian. How do you get the Vian? It's all about the Ferris. So the normal play, the absolute standard way is Stratos, search for Ferris. Ferris, discard a card from the hand to then equip and special summon onto the field itself and equip the Increase in the back row. Increase tribute a hero, summon itself onto the field, then summon a Vian from the deck. Then Vian could send Mist from the deck to the grave, or it could send a Malicious. Those are two good options. And then you choose with your Mist. If sent to the graveyard, do you want to activate your Mist? If you activate it to search for a hero, you're not going to be able to activate the effect when special summon to search for the mash change. But the only way to special summon it in the build I'm showing you is by normal summoning the Liquid. So both Liquid and Mist have a hard once per turn effect between both of their effects, and you have to choose one of them. So if you do choose to search with Mist, guess what you're generally searching? You're going to search with Mist, searching the Liquid. And if you search Liquid with Mist, then you're not normal summoning your Liquid unless you want to normal summon, special summon a Stratos from the graveyard and get another search. You're going to instead use the Liquid to send to the graveyard with a Polymerization to then use its effect to draw 2, then discard 1. So the Liquid is either going to special summon Mist from the graveyard to search for your mash change, or it's going to be used with Polymerization to draw 2 and discard 1 to hopefully draw into your mash change. And because we're playing Fusion Destiny, the draw 2, discard 1 is nuts. You have 5 really good cards to search, or I should say draw into, mash change or the Fusion Destiny when resolving your Liquid. And then because back row is nuts, you have your guaranteed Miracle Fusion after resolving your Ferris to then summon your Absolute Zero with the Miracle Fusion after searching for the Liquid, which you searched for with the Mist, which you sent to the graveyard with the Vian, which you sent there with the Ferris, which you searched for with the Stratos, which you summoned from your hand or from the deck with the Hero Lives, and then with the Absolute Zero on the field, if you could mash change it during your opponent's turn, it'll wipe out all of your opponent's monsters. And if they have a ton of back row, because this is a ton of back row festival, it's not an actual Fusion Festival, I don't know why you thought that, this will wipe up all the back row for easy wins. And again, if they have cards like Skill Drain or the Monarch's Erupt, you could play around it. If you activate a card to destroy back row like the Stratos, which is non-targeting destruction, or the Acid, or if you mash change into a Blast, which could return back row revert back to the hand. So if you're playing against a True Draco deck, you could chain this effect to the Apocalypse to essentially negate it from popping a card in the field to then destroy your monster. What you're going to do is, to the Skill Drain and the Monarch's Erupt, you'll chain removal onto your monster. Chain Mass Change. Now your monster is not on the field to be negated by the Skill Drain or the Monarch Erupt. Chain your Super Poly. You saw that in the gameplay. If you didn't, go back and watch it. I think it was the first freaking duel. Super Poly can't be responded to, so this is such a good card to chain to your removal with Stratos or your Acid. And that's it. Fastest gems. I was initially really bummed out by the festival because I was already done playing heroes and I wanted to play other decks, but the freaking True Draco ruined the event, pigeonholing me into this deck, which I had a lot of fun playing, so I'm okay with that, but I wanted to play other decks too. Come on, Konami.